back to our NCAA football win total series. We continue in the AAC, and we are on to Charlotte now. And Charlotte's really not been a good program since jumping up to FBS in 2015 and joining Conference USA. Brad Lambert was the first coach. His best season was 5-7 in 2018. He had a 1-11 year, a 4-8, and a 2-10 outside of that. And they got rid of him, bringing Will Healy in 2019. Leads him to a 7-6 record, a loss in the Bahamas Bowl, but that be his only bowl game. 2-4 in 2020, 5-7 the next year. Then he was 1-7 before being fired. They bring in an interim. He goes 2-2, and they go to 3-9. And so they bring in Biff Poggi, the former Michigan assistant, comes in and takes over the program. And it's not a good first year in 2023. They open up with a win at South Carolina State, but then they lose 5 straight at Maryland, Georgia State, at Florida, at SMU, and against Navy. And we're really not talking close games. 22-7 against Florida and 14-0 against Navy are the closest. At East Carolina, though, October 21st, they win 10-7. They would lose to Florida Atlantic, then win in overtime at Tulsa, 33-26. Their closest game of the year, that was a loss, November 11th, Memphis. They lost 44-38 in overtime, but then they lost to Rice and at South Florida. And really, the offense struggled again. 7 points against Rice, 14 against South Florida. They had a 14-0 loss, a 7-point performance against Florida, 16 points against SMU. The offense was a major issue last year. Quarterback last year was Trexler Ivy. He has some experience, 4 touchdown passes and 10 picks last year. He's probably going to get pushed out from Max Brown, who comes in from Florida. The offensive line, not good last year, but it replaces all 5 starters. Johnny King, the center, is the only returning 49er. They bring in transfers from Texas A&M and Florida to help with the line. And the receiving core, Jarius Mack is back, averaging 18 yards a catch, 453 yards last year. And they also bring in Justin Olson from Middle Tennessee to help on the outside. At running back, it's going to be another transfer, Iowa State transfer, Cartavius Newton. He'll be the main guy. There's also C.J. Stokes that comes in from Michigan who should get some carries. But overall, the offense should be an issue. If they have any injuries on the offensive line, it's going to be a major problem. The defense wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great. On the defensive line, Dre Butler comes in from Michigan State. Dre Martin comes in from South Carolina. They've got 2 nice tackles there to go against the run. On the outside, it's Damon Clowney, the cousin of Jadeveon. 33 tackles, 2.5 sacks last year. Demetrius Knight's gone from the linebacking core, but they still have Nakai Hill-Green, good defender, 2 sacks last year, 73 tackles. They also bring in or have back Prince Bima, who should also be a pretty good middle linebacker. In the secondary, 7 transfers coming in. They also have safety Al-Mahi Ali, who is back after missing most of last year with injury. It's a lot of new players, though, and honestly, not a lot of great ones. We look at the schedule. It's rough. August 31st, James Madison at home. That will be a loss. At North Carolina, September 7th. Probably a loss there, too. September 14th, Gardner-Webb. That will get them their first win. Then they're at Indiana on September 21st. We look at the conference schedule, and the more winnable games are all on the road. September 28th, at Rice. Probably a loss. East Carolina, October 5th. Probably a loss, and they have a bye. They're at Navy and at Memphis, and they get Tulane at home. Probably 3 more losses before another bye. They do get USF at home. They go to Florida Atlantic, and they get UAB at home. When I look at this team, though, I really don't see where the wins are coming from. They have to play Rice on the road. Navy and Memphis are both on the road. Really, UAB or maybe USF are their best chances to get wins outside of Gardner-Webb. I really see a max on this team sitting at 3 wins. I actually think they're only going to win 2. So the over-under has been set at 3.5. Some places have it actually slightly as an underdog sitting at -105, but FanDuel is sitting at +116. So that's what we're going to take. We're going to take the under 3.5 at +116. If you like this content, make sure to leave us a comment, share it, hit the like button, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.